More than 3 months have passed. A big question remains over the origin of the coronavirus. While there's no doubt that it began in Wuhan in China, there is no clarity on how it began. Did someone eat a contaminated animal and fell sick? Or did the coronavirus leak from a laboratory? This is the biggest medical mystery right now. Scientists around the world are scratching their heads over this. Right now, the working theory is that the Wuhan virus came from a seafood market, a wet market, but the doubts remain. In January, medical journal The Lancet said that the first case had no connection with the seafood market. So where did it come from? Did it leak from a lab? While there is no evidence to prove this yet, it is possible. That's what experts say. The Hunan seafood market has been shut. This is the suspected site of the coronavirus outbreak. This market's location is very significant. This market is less than 300 yards away from a lab, a laboratory, which is the Wuhan branch of China's Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Another lab is close by, the Wuhan Institute of Virology. China calls it Asia's largest lab. On this show last week, we reported how China stores 1,500 samples of different viruses at this facility. So one wet market and 2 labs in close vicinity. Reports say scientists at both these labs were studying bat coronaviruses. They had collected multiple samples too. Did one of these samples leak? Were the labs careful in handling these very sensitive samples? No one can say for sure because China is yet to open its laboratories to international scrutiny. Ideally, such samples should be handled in a biosafety level 4 lab. China only has one, and that's the one located in Wuhan. The rest of the labs in China operate at biosafety level 2. That only provides minimum protection, not enough for something like this. American biosecurity expert Professor Richard Albright has made a major claim. He says that while there is evidence that the virus was not created in a lab, it could have easily escaped from one. Professor Albright says there is no basis yet to rule out a lab accident. Evidence of that can be found in this report. It's a documentary featuring Chinese virologists. It's now going viral. It shows Chinese researchers visiting dozens of bat caves. Allegedly, they were handling the samples, quote-unquote, casually. This story is proving to be fodder for conspiracy theories. I have to repeat here, there is no concrete evidence to prove any of these claims. Scientists do not back the bioweapon claim, but it's important to raise these questions because it is important to keep the pressure on China. It must open its facilities to international scrutiny for the truth to come out.